Shalom Aleichem. Boker Tov. Boker Or is your response. Baruch Hashem. So nice to be back with you all. We are doing our Zoom meeting on Pirkei Avos. And that's what we're starting because, this is our tradition. This is what we do. Okay, so I hope everyone had a happy and a meaningful Pesach. We're going to use the Pirkei Avos with the commentary of our grandfather, the Maharal. It's based on selections from the Maharal's Derek Haim. So we're going to start. We're going to start with the first opening Mishnah, a customary one, okay, that we say before we start. It is there for us and guiding us. So all Israel has a share in the world to come, as it is said in Yeshayahu 60:21. And your people are all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. They are the stem of my plantings, my handiwork in which to take pride. Moshe received the Torah from Sinai and transmitted it to Yehoshua, and Yehoshua to the elders to the prophets, and the prophets transmitted it to the men of great assembly. The men of great assembly said three things: be deliberate in judgment, develop many disciples, and make a fence for the Torah. Shimon HaTzadik was among the survivors of the Great Assembly. He used to say the world depends on three things: the study of Torah, on the service of God, and on kind deeds. Study of Torah, service of God, and kind deeds. Antigonus, leader of Soko, received the tradition from Shimon HaTzadik. He used to say, be not like servants who serve their master for the sake of receiving a reward. Instead, be like servants who serve their master not for the sake of receiving a reward. Let the awe of heaven be upon you. Just think about that. Be not like servants who serve for the sake of receiving a reward. Let the awe of heaven be upon you. Okay, so Yosef ben Yotzer, leader of Sereda, and Yosef ben Yochanan, leader of Yerushalayim, received the Torah from them. Yosef ben Yotzer says, let your house be a meeting place for sages, and sit in the dust of their feet, and drink in their words thirstily. Drink in their words thirstily. Be eager to hear what they say. So you drink in their words, meaning that you digest and you take in what these wise people are bringing. What they're bringing, what they're releasing, you receive. You receive it as if you're thirsty. They're the waters of life, and they're bringing that life for you to drink. For you to drink so you don't thirst, so you can become filled as well. So you can become filled vessels with the holy waters of wisdom. Yosef ben Yochanan, leader of Yerushalayim, says, let your house be open wide. Treat the poor as members of your household, and do not converse excessively with a woman. They said this even about one's own wife. Surely it applies to another's wife. Consequently, the sages said, anyone who converses excessively with a woman causes evil to himself, neglects Torah study, and will eventually inherit Gehenna. So yeah, we can see that in our world. We can see that in the nations, in the Goyim. and the nations that they run. We could see the people that are not versed in this wisdom. What happens when these things happen in politics? Can't we see these things happening? And there's a lot of accusations that happen. We have the Holy Torah, we have the Holy Rabbanim, we have the Holy sages that guide us, and they put down these guidelines to protect us and to build a fence around Hashem's holy people, because they want us to walk with Hashem, meaning to walk in righteousness, meaning to do what Hashem would do in his image and to be holy and pure. And that's our calling as a nation. So this wisdom, we should let it come in. Let's sit at the feet of our sages, and let's readily and thirstfully, let's take in their waters of wisdom, their words, and adhere to the principles that are to protect us, not to oppress us. So Yehoshua ben Paracha and Nittai of Arbal received the tradition from them. Yehoshua ben Paracha says, accept a Torah teacher upon yourself, acquire a friend for yourself, and judge everyone favorably. So Yehoshua ben Parachia. Nittai of Arbel says, distance yourself from a bad neighbor and do not associate with a wicked person, and do not despair of retribution. Do not associate with a wicked person. So we know that if we don't want to follow the bad people in the crowd. Okay, we also don't want those bad people in the crowd to be around us. We don't want to have wicked people in our midst, and we definitely don't want to allow them into our home. Yehuda ben Tabai and Shimon ben Shetach received the tradition from them. Yehuda ben Tabai says, when serving as a judge, do not act as a lawyer. When the litigants stand before you, consider them both as guilty. But when they are dismissed from you, consider them both as innocent, provided they have accepted the judgment. Shimon ben Shetach says, interrogate the witness extensively and be cautious with your words, lest through them they learn to lie. Consider them both as innocent. So the Maharal seems to have had an alternative text which reads, consider them both as righteous. So every respectable citizen comes to court in the belief that his case is just. Therefore, it takes a truly righteous person to accept that an unfavorable judgment has been just. We're going to go back now that we're at Mishnah 8, and we're going to start with a commentary. Just to go back and start with a commentary, that way we will not get too far ahead.